You have provided for us two. One is kind of like if you grab your free ticket and you save your spot for the Monetizing Mompreneur Summit, you have
52 weeks of soul-aligned content sparks. Essentially, what I did was I created a guide. It's a beautiful guide. I love it. It's like pretty and useful. And what I started to realize is that a lot of people panic when they're not sure what to post. And so it is a full guide. It takes you in through like the mindset that I think that's super important when you're creating content and the strategy. So it gives you a little bit of the taste of what I'm talking about when you need to be in, like, you have to have, the thing with AI is that AI is built to make you happy at any means. It will lie to you. It will give you misleading information. And so if you do not have a strategy when you are talking to it, you will just go down rabbit holes and get nothing done and be still as stressed or more stressed when you're trying to make content, even using ChatGPT. It's incredibly easy, but what it continues to do is offers you more prompts. And so what I've done is I created a guide that gives you literally an entire year's worth of ideas for content. And so if you're ever stuck and like, oh my gosh, I forgot to post today, or I need to post for tomorrow, and I don't have no idea what I'm going to post about. I feel like I'm posting about the same thing. It gives you specific chosen holidays or things that are happening over a month calendar. So I give you all 12 months. I've selected content ideas for you based on holidays that are happening internationally or yearly or specifically monthly, and give you a prompt to think about. You could either feed it into your ChatGPT or whatever, Gemini or
Mompreneurs, it's not business, baby. It's business and babies. Whether you're rocking the carpool line, building your business during nap time, or dreaming big after bedtime, we've got the tools, tips, and strategies to help you grow your business. Grab a snack, your headphones, and enjoy this time with us, because mom life and boss life deserve balance.
welcome back to another episode of the Monetizing Mompreneurs podcast. I'm your host, Linda Mendable, and today we are kicking off our special Summit Week interview series with a woman whose story is full of resilience, reinvention, and pure alignment. I'm joined by Anacani Walters, a nurse turned entrepreneur, wellness coach, AI educator, and the Soulful systems queen behind Empower Her Wave agency. Her journey from emergency medicine to building businesses overseas as a military spouse to helping women create burnout-proof businesses is honestly breathtaking. If you're a mompreneur who's been navigating change, feeling stretched, or crave more ease and alignment in your business, you're going to feel so seen in this conversation. So grab your cup of coffee or your beverage of choice. Mine is a latte. Take a deep breath and let's dive into this powerful interview with Anacani. And I want to say that I absolutely love what we're doing here with the Monetizing Mompreneur Summit. You still have time to join. Go to monetizingmompreneur.com and get your free ticket. Join Anacani Walters, whose panel discussion has yet to happen, so you still have time to join us. Welcome, friend. Anacani Walters is a nurse turned entrepreneur, women's wellness coach, and the Soulful systems queen behind Empower Her Wave agency. With over 20 years of experience in health, wellness, and business, she helps heart-centered female entrepreneurs simplify their workflows using AI, automation, and aligned strategies without selling their soul to hustle culture. Anacani turns tech overwhelm into ease and soulful structure, blending intuition with innovation to guide women from burnout to scalable success. Anacani, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about kind of like what led you from wellness, right, as a nurse. And I've seen your pictures in Japan and all that. And so you're overseas right now. But, what was your adventure in wellness into entrepreneurship?
Well, for those of you who don't know my backstory, I originally started in medicine. So my background is in emergency medicine. I've been doing emergency medicine since 1997. I'm a former vet. I was in the Air Force as a flight medic, and I got out, eventually founded myself in surgical oncology, which I was in for about 15 years. But I reunited with an old spark, my best friend who I've known since 2001, who's now my husband, and he's in the military. So I've been following him for a while. And when we went from Hawaii to Japan, it was right at the start of COVID. Had to pivot basically, like most military spouses know how to do. I couldn't get a job out here doing what I was doing medically and decided to take an old idea of a side hustle, which was the stand-up paddleboard business. And I was already certified as a stand-up paddleboard instructor. And I gave it a go. I decided, you know what? I don't want to just sit here doing nothing. And technically, I could maintain a 6 feet distance because we would be out on the water. It was like the only thing that the government would allow me to do as a diplomatic sofa status person here in Japan. And that was kind of the start. Right before COVID really, really hit out here, happened to find yoga instructor's training that I had been trying to do, but they were really expensive and I just couldn't find the time commitment. And well, now I didn't have a job. And so I figured, you know what? I'm just going to do it and get it out of the way and became a yoga instructor. And so I started teaching what I had originally intended to do with Fat Mermaids, which was introduce women to stand-up paddleboard yoga. And it just blossomed from there. I really decided to go all in on the mindset and mindfulness. Part of it because when I was 25, I got diagnosed with 2 heart conditions. And so yoga pretty much saved my life from just learning how to stress manage. It was a really big thing. And then I started to look at my life in total of everything that I've experienced from a medical perspective and realized how much things that we suffer from can be prevented from just proper stress management. And yoga plays a big part of it. I think yoga is a superpower. And it really just sparked this secondary mission of still feeling like I'm doing my part in the medical side of things, but from more of a holistic, I'm trying to reach people before they actually need to go see doctors. A lot of people ask if I'm ever going to go back to medical. I don't know. It's something in the back of my mind, especially as we're starting to transition back to the US literally in a week. I love what I do. And I've been pivoting as I got pregnant in my 40s, which was pretty surprising, exciting. And I had to give up paddling to do something else. So I got certified in prenatal yoga and have just continued. And from there, I was like, well, I can't take my toddler to baby and me yoga. So I pivoted again and got certified in yoga 2.0 2K, which was toddler and me yoga. And I've basically just taken mindfulness throughout every asset, every wave that I've been blessed with pretty much.
Amen. Tell us a little bit about kind of like Empower Her Wave Agency. What is it about? Because now you say you do AI and automations, and what does that look like now on how you help others?
So yeah, Empower Her Waves, my latest business. I have 3 now total. And what I realized was I struggled for like 6 years trying to figure out how to not burn out from entrepreneurship. I already did it twice as a nurse. That's why I got diagnosed with 2 heart conditions. Spoiler alert, I am not on any heart medications now, something that the doctors thought would never happen. They never thought I'd get pregnant either because of my heart conditions. And it really was just realizing that I needed to make some life changes and I was awful at stress management. And so I already know the signs to burnout. I know my physical triggers. And I was burning out in entrepreneurship. It was incredibly lonely. I didn't know anybody else was really doing it at the scale that I wanted to do it. And it took a while for me to really get my feet. I'm overseas, which is even harder. There's a lot of like red tape that we have to go through to even do business here as a SOFA status, dependent of a active member. And when I actually started to gain the momentum, I figured out a system to maintain the cadence that would work for my life, that wouldn't burn me out, that actually would instill the joy of entrepreneurship, which is, I feel like a lot of people, like I'm empathic, and that's why I do well in, you know, um, medical. It's why I did really well in surgical oncology. A lot of, my patients would just call just to talk to me because that's my tone of voice is very monotone. And when I started to talk to other women wellness in, my space, doulas, because I was working a lot with birth workers because I was teaching pre and postnatal yoga, other yoga instructors, other fitness instructors. There are not very many female stand-up paddleboard instructors. So even just talking to women who are, not necessarily, it's in male dominated spaces. My energy healers, they're not built the same way other people are built, from just informational absorption, how we want to market to our clients. And a lot of it is male dominated. It's all bro marketing. And I had to swallow a huge pill of just muscling through the content, of having to learn it from men in like that very bro marketing, sales strategy focus, not really human focus or the outcome focus. It was like money driven. And I got what I needed, and I essentially decided to start teaching it back to other women in wellness who can't learn that way. They just don't have either the same drive or the same capacity that I do to kind of navigate the space. And I started to empower her because I started diving in a little bit over a year ago into AI. I really loved it. I have a curious mind. I wouldn't necessarily say like I'm a AI, tech genius, but I do learn quickly by doing, and AI is very much military style, see one, do one, teach one kind of thing. And it's so fast paced that a lot of people in my space are just not able to keep up. They got families, they are trying to keep, food on the table, and they don't have time to learn this stuff. So I basically am bridging the gap. And I believe that women wellness entrepreneurs have the same capacity to break that 7, 8 figure ceiling, but they just need a guide. And so I am playing that role, using what I know about burnout to help to make sure that they don't fall back into that space, or if they are in that space, to get them out and show them that there's better way. AI is definitely here to help if you use it intentfully and strategically. And it's not as scary. It doesn't need to be scary. It just needs to be taught in a way that people can really understand what it's really going to do for them.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for your story and your service, supporting your husband. And that's a lot. That's a lot, right?
Yeah.
You have provided for us two. One is kind of like if you grab your free ticket and you save your spot for the Monetizing Mompreneur Summit, you have
52 weeks of soul-aligned content sparks. Essentially, what I did was I created a guide. It's a beautiful guide. I love it. It's like pretty and useful. And what I started to realize is that a lot of people panic when they're not sure what to post. And so it is a full guide. It takes you in through like the mindset that I think that's super important when you're creating content, and the strategy. So it gives you a little bit of the taste of what I'm talking about when you need to be in, like, you have to have, the thing with AI is that AI is built to make you happy at any means. It will lie to you. It will give you misleading information. And so if you do not have a strategy when you are talking to it, you will just go down rabbit holes and get nothing done and be still as stressed or more stressed when you're trying to make content, even using ChatGPT. It's incredibly easy, but what it continues to do is offers you more prompts. And so what I've done is I created a guide that gives you literally an entire year's worth of ideas for content. And so if you're ever stuck and like, oh my gosh, I forgot to post today, or I need to post for tomorrow, and I don't have no idea what I'm going to post about. I feel like I'm posting about the same thing. It gives you specific chosen holidays or things that are happening over a month calendar. So I give you all 12 months. I've selected content ideas for you based on holidays that are happening internationally or yearly or specifically monthly, and give you a prompt to think about. You could either feed it into your chat GPT or whatever Gemini or whoever you're using as your language model, and give you that spark based off of the stuff that's actually the juicy part is actually not in those content. It's in the first part of that guide where it really takes you into this process of identifying what are you going to focus on for each month of the year, and who are you going to talk to, and what are you leading them to? Because that's essentially what you need to really know before you start creating any content, doesn't matter what type. And then from there, you use that little spark that I've given you, either for the month, for the week, see what works for you, what resonates, what you feel comfortable sharing or talking about. And then it just pretty much makes it so much easier because then you get your ideas from AI.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like help, right? Help, because I think it's our ideas, but we get help from the AI, right?
Yeah, yeah. Or
So
you just don't
now,
know about the idea.
yes. And so for those of you listening, if you're catching this on the 24-hour live access pass, just know that you can upgrade your ticket to VIP. And if you upgrade your ticket to VIP, not only will you get all of our panelist VIP items, but also Anacani's VIP item. And so what is your VIP item that people can go deeper with you and dive deeper in?
Yeah, the 52 Content Sparks is essentially a small taste of the Alchemized Content Method, which is my framework for creating content using AI and your own magic. I truly believe in the ability to humanize AI and learn to make AI work for you, not work for AI, which is what a lot of people are actually doing. And so in the Alchemized Content Method, I walk you through my framework where it pretty much I lay it out within 4 weeks, but if you're either tech savvy or you're hungry for the knowledge, you can pretty much get through it in a few days. But I teach you how I create month of content. It's how I run all three of my businesses. I still currently run all three of them. I just finished a master stand-up paddleboard instructors training while doing a keynote speak and 2 AI workshops about AI to military spouses. And I taught a labor prep class for free for one of the doula networking groups here in Okinawa, Japan, all in the same week while still staying present and taking care of a toddler, cooking two meals a day, and being the best as I can be at this time while we're moving. All of that because I have this framework, because I have this system that I've built that's beautiful. I've had students who have dreaded social media. They pretty much were ghosting their social media for like months. They took my course and they are on there killing it, excited, starting podcasts in the top 10 of their, in the podcast, or not 10, 100, but seeing just remarkable. They're seeing that content is actually fun. It can be. AI is literally there to superpower and supercharge what already makes you beautiful, awesome, unique, and special. And so I am just there to help guide you in this course. It's self-paced, but pretty much right after this summit, I'm going to be doing a live launch. So you'll get 3 live coaching calls as part of it to go through the system with me. And I teach you how to kind of customize your AI agent or your AI employee, whichever language model you're using. And then I give you a bunch of my AI employees that I've customized to be specifically trained in my framework so that you literally have to come up with just one idea. And you probably are sitting on gold. So if you've ever had content that you've created that you're super, super proud about, but you got crickets when you were like promoting it on social, or it's just out there floating in the web somewhere, or you never actually promoted it, but you were super proud of it and kind of sad that nobody listened to it, I basically teach you how to use what you already have created and then create 25 or more pieces of aligned content using my framework. It's an amazing, amazing thing. I use it every day. You can see it across all my brands. And so it's an invitation to you to join me in that.
Thank you so much. Thank you for helping us with that. And I do believe that, AI is a tool, just like money is a tool. We have tools available to us, and it's been it's in everywhere, even in things that you don't even think that it's in. AI is there. From the things that you're logging into to you ordering online to you ordering food, like it's everywhere. And I think we have to be kind of like cognizant of how to use it so we don't get left behind on that, right? Get sideswiped on like the potential of what it can do for us and how it can be a blessing. Anacani, where can people find you?
So if you're following me specifically from an AI's perspective, you can find me on all the web social channels at Empower Her Wave. But that's Instagram, Facebook, and I have a YouTube channel if you're interested in that. But you can get pretty much if you go to Instagram or Facebook, there's my link in bio there. And yeah, you can catch me as I transition from overseas living to back to America.
Thank you for being on our live panelist and our panel discussion. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. It was awesome.
Thank you so much for tuning into this Monetizing Mompreneur episode. And a huge thank you to Anacani and all of our panelists and speakers for sharing their heart, for their journey, for all of their wisdom. And if you're joining us for the Monetizing Mompreneur Summit, don't forget to grab your free ticket that includes Anacani's 52 weeks of soul-aligned content sparks. And if you upgrade, you'll get her framework and also amazing courses and resources from our other Monetizing Mompreneur panelists. So, what are you waiting for? This is your time to shine and to spark that creativity. Connect with Anacani at Empower Her Wave or on Instagram. And if you're listening to this episode and this episode inspired you, take a screenshot, share it in your stories, and tag me at Linda Mendable, also at Monetizing Mompreneur. I love seeing how these conversations land with you. It helps me keep going. So remember, all things are possible with God. So keep on going. God will reveal your path as you move in faith. That's what I realized in my business. And that's why I'm also going to keep on keeping on. Until next time, friend. And I hope I see you in Monetizing Mompreneur Summit because I'm also there as the host. See you soon.